my darlings, welcome to a new vlog. You're joining me on a very relaxed Sunday. I've got the house to myself. My Charlie is watching little Charlie, our friend Phil and Hannah's son, play a game of rugby. And so I've had the morning to myself, which has been, I'm not gonna lie, it's been really glorious. I have already done a little half-hour yoga session in the gym, just on my Peloton app. I have been playing around with my hair because I've got time to just play around. And I use my Dyson Airwrap, but I also used this. But put an asterisk by this. Basically, I bought this because one of my friends, Adeola, I'll pop her Instagram up on the screen here. She recently did a reel where she was in the Dyson shop on Oxford Street, and she said that they used this on her hair to help the curls last a long time. My curls do not normally last long at all with a Dyson Airwrap, so I thought I'd give it a try. However, I've got a feeling that I might have bought a fake. Now, I don't know if this is a real thing, like if anyone would bother making a fake of this, but I don't know if I'll be able to show you in enough detail. The back just doesn't look very professional. Like, the font is a little bit blurry, and it looks like a sticker has been placed on top of, well, a sticker has been placed on top of another sticker. I don't know if it's just like old stock or if it's a fake. Did I mention I bought it on Amazon? So I don't know, do you get fake hairsprays on Amazon? I know you can get fake perfumes, so who knows? I guess the proof will be in the pudding. So I've got a little bit of time to myself today. I mean, Charlie's been back in a couple of hours, so it's not a huge amount of time. And apparently this afternoon it's going to be really sunny, so definitely want to spend some time out in the garden, unsurprisingly. But for now, I wanted to just indulge in a little bit of, I guess, spring wardrobe planning, as by the time you're watching this, actually, maybe even the day you're watching this, is officially spring, which is really exciting. And I love to, when I've got a little bit of time, try on loads of outfits, play with things in my wardrobe, and then when I find an outfit that I love, I'll take a photo of it. And then on those days where I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to wear today? Then I've got a whole album full of photos of different outfits to choose from. So that's what I'm going to do today, or at least for the next couple of hours. So I'll start off actually by showing you what I'm wearing right now, because this has been so far, oh, there is actually some sunshine. This has just been the most comfortable and fabulous relaxing Sunday chilled, or it could be a fabulous working from home outfit. On the camera it looks like you can see the outline of my brassiere, but weirdly I can't see that in real life because my camera got x-ray vision. But I'm wearing the loveliest little knit, and this was very much inspired by both Freddie and Emily, who both bought this knit with them when we were in Disneyland together. And it's actually got, I don't know if you'll be able to see in this lighting, but it's got little tiny, very subtle, sparkly flecks to it. So it's a really super soft, gorgeous material. High, I think this is called a mock turtleneck, where it doesn't actually roll down. And it's just completely classic, easy to throw on, fantastic layering piece. And then the trousers are just divine. I'm so comfortable right now. I don't know if you can tell, but they're actually really quite thick. In fact, I think, yeah, they're, oh my god, I'd never actually properly looked at this before. They are lined in like, this is not going to be flattering, but it's like velvet. It's not velvet. You know when you buy really soft blankets? That is what these are lined with. Oh my goodness. And then it's almost like a woolly corduroy. It's not corduroy, but it's ribbed. They just have got the most luxurious heaviness to them. Little pleats here, which just create that little bit of shape. Elasticated waistband, as if it couldn't get any better. I'm living in them anytime that, so actually, what day are we, Sunday? 2 days ago for me was Cheltenham races with Holland Cooper, and I was wearing the most gorgeous outfit. I'll pop a photo on the screen here of my look. But honestly, the split second I came home, obviously I kissed the dogs, kissed them, and then I shot upstairs so quickly and threw these on. I feel like if you wear jeans to work or something tight, the trousers that you start thinking about on your commute home, this is them. They're so comfortable. I could not recommend them any more highly. I just think as well for a casual Sunday outfit, they feel smart, and yet I'm going to be really bold and say you will never try on a more comfortable pair of trousers. I'm in love with them. I will leave these bits linked down below. So this is, my battery just died mid-sentence, but I was just about to round up and say this is what I've been wearing so far today. Absolutely love it. Kind of don't want to get changed, but also really want to make the most of this time and do a bit of outfit planning. So yeah, let's get started. I'm actually going to keep this knit on for as long as possible. If there is one thing that I feel works with so many different outfits in a spring collection of outfits, then it is a top like this. The colour is neutral, the quality is fabulous, the detail, to be honest, there are none, which actually makes it so much more versatile aside from the little shimmery flecks of thread. So we'll keep this on for as many of the looks as possible, so let's get started. Okay, this is such a gorgeous outfit, and it really shows the versatility of a top like this. You're about to see so many looks with this top, which is made from wool, by the way, so it's a really lovely warm material as well. Great for this time of year when you want to start injecting more spring vibes into your looks, but we still need that warmth and quality. The trousers. So these pieces are from Goelia, and I love how Goelia pieces fit me. I would always recommend getting your actual size. If you're a little bit on the petite side like me, and sometimes you find trousers are too long, shoulders are too broad, then Goelia sizing is really on point. So it's perfect if you are a little bit more on the petite side. A couple of videos ago I shared my exact height. I can't remember it, but again, I'll pop it on the screen here for reference. Trousers, I always think, are a little bit more flattering when you see just that teeny weeniest little bit of ankle. So for me, I am always shortening trousers, and with these ones, I don't even have to, which is such a dream come true. The fit is perfect. The colour is a pastel pink, which is perfect for this time of year. As I think I mentioned, again, a couple of videos ago, I'm not so concerned about trends these days. It's just not that important to me to be on trend. I would so much rather that the items that I'm bringing into my wardrobe are timeless and classic and just always look elegant. And yet I'm happy to give a nod, obviously, to the seasons. I feel like spring is when my outfits come alive. I struggle to dress in autumn and winter because nothing inspires me. I love light colours, I love florals, I love dresses, I love pink, and I feel like you just don't really get that much of it aside from a beautiful roll neck or something in the... Oh, where's my pink roll neck? It's in the other cupboard, Doris. Yes, so we're getting back into being excited. I have paired with this wonderful belt, which is actually two-sided, so I can have it pink way round or this lovely taupe way round, which I absolutely love. And you could, of course, wear these trousers with heels. However, I'm imagining that I'm probably going to end up wearing these trousers to slightly more casual things. I've got a brunch event coming up here in the Cotswolds next week. I'm doing some hosting over Easter, so they feel... That's not a very flattering angle, is it? They're just incredibly comfortable. I think they're very flattering and quite easy to wear. For someone who doesn't necessarily feel anywhere near as confident in trousers as I do in dresses, they just feel quite easy. They're not too tight anywhere. I think the high-waistedness of them gives the illusion of slightly longer legs. But yeah, at the moment I've got them on with these little flats, which are actually some of the most beautiful shoes in my wardrobe, and I don't wear them enough. They've got... They've got mud on the side of them. I'll show you this way around. They've got the most beautiful pearls in the heel. They are very old Nicholas Kirkwoods, and I just absolutely love them. That's so hilarious that they've got mud on them. I did not spot that. But actually, to elevate the look, how about a pair of heels? I think if you work in an office and you don't have to wear dark colours, then these will be fantastic workwear shoes. Elevate the look with a pair of heels like these. This would actually, this is actually a perfect look for the kind of meetings and events that I go to in London. It's often like a brand luncheon, so instead of always just going for a dress, I think this is a really chic option for next time. I always love to pop a little something over my shoulders, and when I'm at home it's always a Barber jacket or something like that. But Goelia actually have some really beautiful, I don't want to say tailored because they're not quite as formal as tailored pieces, but just really beautiful pieces like this. I mean, look at the quality. Look at the fabric of this little blazer. Also, again, for us slightly, am I allowed to say vertically challenged? I'm talking about myself here. On the short side, I find that cropped length is just so much more flattering. I think it looks so smart done up, and something that I love about Goelia is the detail. Look at these beautiful little buttons. You can see again, it looks almost Chanel-esque, this fabric. They're not too long on the sleeves. You can see a little bit of wrist. I could actually take this up by a centimetre or two. That might be even better for me, and that again is something that's fairly easily done because there's not any detail on the cuffs, so it won't be too challenging to make them a little bit shorter. I always think that a slightly shorter cuff just makes it look like the pieces fit you better. It looks as though it's been tailored to my body. Can you see that very, very subtle silhouette enhancement there? Looks very smart when worn done up because of this beautiful collar detail, but I think, to be honest, I will mostly wear it undone. That feels a little bit relaxed. It feels like I mean business. I love it. And also thrown over the shoulders. How fabulous. This is my preferred way of wearing it, I would say, just popped on over the shoulders. I love that you've got the little bit of shimmer in the jacket, as you do with the knit. Fabulous. Okay, I'm officially taking a photo of this outfit so I don't forget it for my next day of London events. So up next, this is actually very different for my wardrobe. It feels like, I think it's called a shacket. I think this is, yeah, I think this will qualify as a shacket. It is, again, the most stunning. This lighting is horrible. I'm sorry, it's literally just gone so cloudy outside and it makes everything look really cold. Such a shame, but I was trying to give you a close-up of the fabric until we went bright blue, and it is the most gorgeously soft wool, unlined, so perfect for the transitional time of year, which we're very much getting into. Let's take a moment for the pearl buttons because they are quite honestly gorgeous. This feels like, it feels like a trend piece because of the silhouette of it. I mean, I feel trendy. You've got sloped shoulders, but so much of the design is so timeless and classic that I would say it's more of a wardrobe staple. I already feel really snugly warm in this. Wool is just magical. It keeps your temperature regulated to perfection, so also you're not going to overheat in this. This is also from Goelia, and I do have a discount code. There is one discount code which is a little bit layered, but at the moment you've got a little bit of time left to use Josie25. Josie25 will get you 25% off, but it's only valid until the end of the month, so I would definitely recommend making the most of it. But I'll leave all the discount code details up on the screen here. There are so many lovely pieces. I can't wait to think of different ways of styling this, but just with over the top of a slightly more tailored pair of trousers and the knit, I think is absolutely gorgeous. But I want to find other ways of styling this too, because it really is such a lovely piece. I like the fact that it feels a little bit more casual. Obviously the beautiful jacket that I just showed you is a lot smarter, but also for a work occasion, I feel like this could work really, really well. In addition, worn undone, again, more casual. Yeah, shacket, that's what it is. It's like a shirt jacket. I just love the material. I love the colour. It's a dusky pink. It's brushed. The pearl buttons are just so elegant. I wish the camera lighting was nicer so you could get like the full effect. And I've rolled up the sleeves just to give it a little bit more of a casual vibe. I could style this with jeans as well. You could even use this jacket to smarten up a look with leggings, dare I say it. But yeah, I absolutely love it. Can't wait to think of more ways of styling this. I'm going to just keep it really handy so that I can kind of grab it and try styling this over loads of different looks. I think I'm going to keep it in this section of my wardrobe here. I might actually, especially if the weather doesn't brighten up anytime soon, I might rejig this entire part of my wardrobe because it's very autumn winter knitwear, and I want to have these kinds of things just out there on display so that I reach for them more, because that's why wardrobe clear outs and wardrobe shifts and organisation afternoons are so beneficial, because I'm sure we all have things in our wardrobe that we love, but sometimes if they're not there, if they're not like front and centre, we just kind of forget to integrate them into our looks. And I really don't want to forget to integrate this because it's so gorgeous. So yeah, we're going to sort this area out in a moment. Okay, this next piece I have been so excited to try on and so excited to share with you. We have got the most gorgeous knit in the same beautiful quality woolen material, and the design details are one of my favourites ever. They are what I call, I don't know if this is a technical term, pie crust finish. So if you look at the neckline, it's like a little scallop detail mirrored here on the sleeves, which is like a little pie crust. Isn't it adorable? I absolutely love it. I have got a knit in my wardrobe which is probably around 8 to 10 years old with this pie crust detail. Whenever I wear it, I always get asked, where is it from? And I'm like, I'm so sorry, I have had it for ages and it's definitely no longer available. So as soon as I saw this one on Goelia, I snapped it up. Firstly, my old one doesn't fit me quite as wonderfully anymore, and it's getting quite bobbly. It's been through the wash a million times. The quality of this one, once again, you have got the most beautiful, soft, lovely, warm wool material, and it's got that little subtle, very subtle hint of sparkle. You might even not be able to see it, but it's just a very elegantly shimmering thread running through. It's not obvious unless you really look closely, but once you do, it's such a treat when you see the sparkle. It's very slim fitting, and yes, the trousers again are elasticated waistband, so it fits really nicely inside a pair of trousers, would work really nicely with jeans, with various different blazers on top. I was just thinking, this is the perfect outfit for, again, Sunday mornings, but when you need to look a little bit more dressed up. So say, for example, we often have friends come over to stay the night with us, and the next morning when I'm making everyone coffee, when I'm putting together a nice breakfast spread, this is a very elegant, welcome to my home kind of outfit. If I've got friends coming over just for a movie night or basic, do you know what? A lot of people would wear trousers like this out and about as well. The trousers just have this beautiful silky sheen to them. They hang so elegantly. I could maybe pinch them in just the tiniest little bit. I would say with these, if you are thinking between sizes, you could size down because you do have this elasticated detail down the bottom. It depends on how you want to wear them. They hang in just the most elegant way. The colour is so perfect for spring. I love them. I love them so much. Again, another piece that I just want to have front and centre in my wardrobe so that I reach for these instead of reaching for a boring old pair of leggings, because they really are such an upgrade on that kind of casual but elegant outfit. Yay, we have got a completely different kind of outfit here, still wearing the same pie neck knit, which I'm just in love with. I feel like it might be, for me, the perfect piece that I need in order to make these more kind of countryside outfits just feel a little bit more feminine, because I think that's a bit of a stumbling block for me. I sometimes feel like when I'm wearing things that do work really well where I live out here in the Cotswolds, outfits just, they feel like they're missing that Josie touch, and I think that this pie crust knit is going to be what brings that feminine elegance into the outfits. So let's delve a little deeper into the outfit. So I've styled it up already. I have got on my Celine belt, Saint Laurent bag, but don't forget I actually found the most amazing, more affordable alternative to this from H&M, which I'll leave linked down below as well. And then Saint Laurent boots. I appreciate these are luxury accessories. I do recommend, if you can, to invest in luxury accessories. You can keep the rest of your outfit simple and it really elevates the look, but I will be able to find affordable alternatives to most of these pieces. You can always find information like that on my LTK as well, just as a little FYI. But anyway, the piece that I'm super excited about is, of course, this heavenly jacket. Once again, the most beautiful wool material, so it is so warm, so breathable. Let's actually just ditch the bag for a second so we can admire the jacket in more detail. It feels very I'm coming to the Cotswolds for the weekend kind of vibes. And by the way, I've just realised the curls have pretty much all completely gone. Maybe I'm just not an air wrap girly. I think maybe the conditioner I'm using is just not working. Anyway, we've still got the pie neck knit on, which I love. I love a slim fitting base layer. These are my Beaufort and Blake jeans, which I will always say, I think, in my opinion, the most flattering and most comfortable jeans in the world. I'm actually wearing them, and I'm not, as in like, I actually have been wearing them outside the house because they're so comfortable and so flattering. This, I think, is what I will wear next time we do a day when we just want to head out, explore, go and get brunch somewhere. And the jacket is, again, perfect for this time of year because it's still chilly. In fact, today it is rather nippy, even though we are approaching spring, so we do need those extra layers. How lovely to just see that little bit of the ruffly sleeve coming down out the pocket. You can see here it's got almost like a chevron kind of pattern to it, which is really beautiful. I am totally in love with this knit. This is going to be one of the most worn things in my wardrobe throughout the entire of spring and probably summer here in the UK as well. I think it's going to look really lovely with this just over my shoulders draped as well. I absolutely love it. This is the perfect outfit for me for spring. This is exactly why I wanted to do this and just try a load of things on. A mixture of new things and things which I've had in my wardrobe for a little while, because it really just makes it so much easier when I'm pulling outfits together when I need to head out somewhere. Or even if I've got a shoot day, I can just scroll through my camera roll and be like, right, I need to shoot this, this and this, grab it all together, and there we go. So over the shoulders, it's got a really nice, almost cape-like hang to it. If we do end up going out later on today for a Sunday roast, then this is what I will wear. But for now, I think, obviously, I'm just going to head out into the garden. I do need to make some lunch as well. But before I do that, I'm just going to try. I've got one slightly lighter version of this that I'm intrigued to try out. I've got a feeling I just heard the gravel on the drive. It's literally the best security, which means that Charlie has just got back home. So I'm going to pop downstairs and make some lunch in a second. And maybe the sun's just come out so I can get in the garden. Oh, yes, actual sun. Okay, final look before I pop on this most beautiful blazer, and let's just have a little look at the detail again. Goelia detail is so stunning. This is just the most heritage, classic, timeless, beautiful kind of chevron. Looks like a tweedy material, and then it's got this beautiful piping finish, not piping, trim on the edge. Very timeless buttons. It looks very classic. It looks a little bit like Ralph Lauren-esque, like kind of American styling. I love it. And then for making a pair of jeans look a little bit smarter for perhaps a day in the office, or if you just want to add a little bit of femininity to a jeans look to meet some girlfriends for lunch or something, this blouse is so lovely. Really nice and lightweight. Beautiful pleating detail around the cuffs. You've got the pearl finish on the cuffs as well as down the middle here. A lovely little bow detail, ruffles along the neckline. I'm just loving the feminine details that are integrated into these timeless pieces. This is a white blouse. It's classic and timeless, and yet these little details just make it feel so feminine. Let's pop on the jacket. Once again, I would probably wear it over the shoulders for a bit of a nonchalant kind of casual look. I think I need to make the bow a bit bigger so we don't have so much of the strap, there we go, flopping over my jeans. That looks better, doesn't it? So here we have the little jacket just over my shoulders. I really like that look. I think it's really beautiful. And then if you get a bit chilly, or if you want to be a bit smarter, slash when you're driving, then you'll want to have it worn properly. I just absolutely love these pieces. I cannot explain how lovely it feels to have found a brand that makes things that I find fit me really, really well, styles that are so timeless, prices that are not out of this world, crazy expensive, plus with my discount code, even better. But they just elevate the kind of looks that I want to be wearing every single day. So how to elevate a jeans and boots outfit with a beautiful blouse, so feminine, a jacket with the loveliest little details. You can see it's got this lovely silky lining as well as the wool outer, so really beautifully warm. I just love it. Could not be happier with these new pieces or these lovely spring outfits that we've put together. They feel very me, but me at this point in my life, if that makes sense. So I will leave all of these bits linked down below alongside all the info with the discount codes. I'm now going to pop on a nice cozy warm jumper, make some lunch, and then I have got a lot of flower seeds that I need to be sowing this afternoon. So I brushed my hair and every bit of curl has now vanished, which is just typical. Look at this. This is the weather forecast. It says that it's going to be full sun at 2 o'clock, which is in 15 minutes. So I'm really hoping that the weather forecast is not going to let me down, because does anyone else rely on sunshine quite as much as I feel like I do? Honestly, it's a little bit ridiculous. I have just put on another knit, nice high neck. It is a beautiful wool material like the other ones, also from Goelia, and it's just perfect again with jeans for a casual day at home. Perfect for today. And when I go out in the garden, I'll pop my gilet over the top. So I found a recipe on Riverford, and it is wild garlic and potato soup. I love a leek and potato soup, but I also love free ingredients, and obviously it's wild garlic season. We published a blog post all about picking wild garlic, recipe ideas, and also like the etiquette of foraging things like wild garlic. So I'll leave a little preview for that up on the screen here. And I also, in that blog post, I left a what 3 words of where I pick my wild garlic, so you can, spoiler alert, that's the best place to get it in the Cotswolds. Dickens is just like having the best time. You're like a little manta ray. Not manta ray, what are they called that live in Florida? Manatee. You're like a manatee, just squiggling around on the floor, you little fluffy bumblebee. Sorry, I can't concentrate on anything else when my children are being cute. So, yeah, this is essentially leek and potato soup, but instead of leek, it is wild garlic. So, sunshine! Ah! It's coming! 2 tablespoons of olive oil for frying, 1 chopped onion, 600 grams of potatoes, 1.2 litres of veg stock, which of course you know I make myself and it's delicious, creme fraiche or double cream. You could also use coconut milk if you wanted to be mega healthy, and salt and pepper. Easy-orama. Okay, great. Well, this is so easy. Perfect. Okay, let's get started. Sorry about the washing machine noise in the background. So this is it. This is all that we need. We've got the wild garlic leaves, which I'm going to chop up, 600 grams of potatoes, which is basically 3 large potatoes, some olive oil, voila, a large onion, salt and pepper, and I have got my homemade veggie stock. This really needs using today, otherwise it's going to go bad. So I'm going to start off by peeling the potatoes, then I'll chop the onion, get that frying in some olive oil, and then we'll cook the potatoes in the stock.
Feel like falling deeper, colder nights 난 너무 싫어. 기다리기에는 너무 길어. 줬던 내 사랑이 식어. 기대만 하는 것도 난 힘들어. I can't, just can't. 가져 내 마음을, 놔줘 내 가슴을 다 바쳐 사랑하기엔 내 자신이 너무 걱정돼 바보 같은 생각이야.
So that's basically all you need to do, everything that I've just shown you, and then obviously blending it all together. I didn't fully blend because I wanted to have some chunkier bits of wild garlic, and I've just tasted it and it is absolutely scrumptious. I've added a little bit of pepper on top. It's quite a lot smoother than most soups I would normally make. It's a little bit waterier, I guess, because I use so much of the veggie stock, but it's absolutely delicious, so full of goodness, and hopefully going to keep me full until dinner time through an afternoon of gardening. So this I'll just let come down to room temperature, pop it in a bottle, and then we can enjoy it throughout the week. And this is what I'm going to enjoy now. I should have made my herb croutons as well, but I didn't even think to, which is very silly. So what I'm going to do actually is sprinkle a few seeds on top, just so that we've got something a little bit crunchy, and that should be absolutely delicious. I nearly forgot one of the best parts, which is the drizzle of double cream on top. This is proper thick double cream, so you need to give it a bit of a stir. Just makes it look so profesh. Well, not when I do it. Looks like a child has drawn on something. But there we go. Yummy. Hello darlings, we're in the greenhouse and the soup was amazing, by the way. I actually poured the rest of that cream into it, blended it again, and then had a second bowl. It was so delicious and yet quite light as well. So if you watched to the end of the last vlog, you'll have heard me talking about how I'm planning on using this bowl to create a really lovely flower display. I never got around to it yesterday, which is when I finished filming the last vlog, so I'm going to do it now. I'm going to film it for a YouTube short, I think, so I'll leave you guys on a time lapse. But essentially, I'm going to pop a frog down in the bottom of the bowl, which helps the flowers to stand upright. And then I'm going to put some chicken wire in to create a bit of a dome, and I'm going to use, I know it's not very elegant, but I'm going to use some masking tape just to tape the chicken wire in place. Then I'm going to put my flowers in, and I've got a really lovely selection here. I bought this lovely poppy, couple of those from Daylesford, some ranunculus, some different kinds of ranunculus, and then I've picked some hellebores from my garden. I'll probably add a few more bits of foliage in as well. And then I'm going to pop some moss that I have collected from, don't worry, our trees. I'm going to pop that over the top of the chicken wire. As I mentioned, I'm going to film it on my phone, so I'm going to leave you guys on a time lapse while I do it. My darlings, here we go. This is what I have just created. I did do a little step-by-step on Shorts, so we'll leave that link down below for you. It looks so lovely with the moss at the base, and then we've got the beautiful ranunculus and poppy and hellebores, of course, down in the flower display. It just looks really lovely and wild and natural, and these flower frogs are a great way of making the most of just buying a few stems. I only bought 6 stems from Daylesford. Obviously, if you're growing flowers, then you don't even need to purchase any. But yeah, really happy with that. I'm going to pop it in the kitchen, and hopefully it will last until next weekend when we are hosting for Easter. So if you watch that reel where I make that flower display, you might notice that when I pull this ranunculus out of the water, it completely flops over, and that's because something has happened to the stem here. Well, I just had a stroke of genius, and I've just basically threaded, I don't know if you'll ever be able to see this, but I've threaded some floristry wire up the stem, and it's given it just the amount of support that it needs, that it now stands upright instead of the head just completely flopping over. So I've essentially done some flower SOS, which means I can now use this beautiful, look at the colours in this ranunculus. So I'm going to add this into the display in the kitchen because I can't bear to waste such a beautiful bloom. This is how it looks on our kitchen table. I just love how wild it is. Do you know what? I could actually do that wire trick on this poppy as well, because it seems a shame that it's not standing to attention. I shouldn't really have bought that one. I should have picked more upright ones like this one here. But it looks lovely, and it's not going to mark the table because there's no hole at the bottom of the vase. Yeah, really happy with how that turned out. And my wired ranunculus, you would never know. So something else that I really want to do today is actually open up my flower press, When did I last do this? I think it was at the beginning of February when only hellebores were in flower, and it's hellebores and snowdrops in here. I have no idea if this would have worked, if they will have just withered away, but yeah, I thought I would share my I was about to say unscrewing, which technically it is, my unboxing, undoing, my grand reveal of my first ever flower press. I am again going to film it for shorts. I'm going to use my funky gadget. Which way round do I wear it? This way round. Okay, let's do the big reveal. So my darlings, as you'll have seen from that time lapse, well, I don't know how much detail you'll have seen, but I've just undone all of my, all of my pressed flowers. It's, oh my gosh, of course, they're not stuck down, are they? It's safe to say that the darker coloured hellebores were definitely the biggest success. They have kept their shape absolutely perfectly, they've kept their colour, and they just, it's really obvious what they are. I love the deep purple shades. This one you can actually still see the stamen on there. Really, really effective. And then the green has remained really vivid as well. So that's definitely a big success. I'll be putting some of these in photo frames, and some of them, the smaller ones, maybe I will use maybe on gift cards. Like if I'm making a birthday card for someone, I'll have to buy some blank cards and then I can just stick them on. I think that's a really lovely DIY. Some of the snowdrops just completely disintegrated. These are not very good. I probably won't keep those. Interestingly, I didn't remember to put paper on both sides. This is actually the kind of flattening card, so I wonder if that made a difference. But obviously I'll be reusing this card, but these were a bit of a fail, so I'm just gonna like pick them away. Sorry, little snowdrop, but you were not successful. You are no longer in the running towards becoming Britain's next top pressed flower. When I did remember to do the right paper, some of the snowdrops did come out quite nicely. Like this one's pretty, you can see what that is. This one I think I flattened a bit weirdly. But yeah, that one you can tell what it is. So I'll have a little play around maybe on greeting cards with those. These are just a little bit boring, I would say, like nothing to write home about, maybe for a greeting card. This one, it has dried out really nicely. This is a bit of a rubbish, I think that's actually a narcissus, a little daffodil, but again, a bit of a fail. This is a crocus, and yeah, it could look really nice with some other flowers on a greeting card, so I'll save those. Another hellebore that turned out really nicely. Got to be quite careful when you lift them from the paper because they're a little bit sticky. This paper I'll reuse as well. And this one is the triumph. It is by far the best. The full structure of the hellebore, the flowers flattened really nicely. In fact, I wouldn't even need to do anything to that. That could be framed literally as it is. I'm really happy with that. So there we go, a pretty good first attempt at flower pressing. I need to do another bumblebee rescue mission, and once I've rescued him, I'm going to head out into the garden again as we approach the kind of middle to end of March, and I'm going to do this month's flower pressing. I'm just going to get into a habit of doing this every month, a bit of an undoing and repressing, and then I should have a full year of my garden in pressed flowers. Yay! These hellebores are probably the most beautiful variety I think I've ever seen. I think that the ones with more green on them should do fairly well. They seemed to hold their structure well last time with the deeper colours. I'm just not sure how the lighter ones will fare, but I can't wait to give it a go. So I'm going to have a little snip of this one. We've got some more purple ones over there and some even bigger lilac and green. So I'm going to do a little hellebore selection. these are the blooms that I've just picked, including, I think this is a forget-me-not. Really pretty little purple flower, so I'm going to give that a try. And these stunning hellebores. So, if I remember correctly from last time, you are better off doing them face down. So starting off with some of the protective card, then the paper, and then the flower. Let's start with this one. So I'm going to do it face down. It's got lots of stamens, so I don't know how that's going to work, but I think it'll be fine. Okay, that took, is my hair getting fluffier and fluffier by the minute? I think it is. That took around 25 minutes, start to finish, not including flower picking time. The longest and most boring bit is screwing the things back down, and I will probably tighten them a little bit later once it's kind of set a little bit, but it's really compressed, a few little stems sticking out the bottom, but that's not an issue. It's really quite heavy, there's lots of layers in here. So I do store this in the house away from any damp under the TV. So we will see this in around 6 weeks' time, by which point we're going to be in the middle of spring. Yay! I can't wait. So after a long day in the garden, we are going to have pie and mash for dinner. It's our version of a very quick, well, it's not a Sunday roast, but similar ingredients. And we've got 2 of these delicious handmade steak and Stilton pies from Piper's Farm. Were they frozen, darling?
Yeah, they're
frozen. They are frozen.
Yeah, so
that's
they're great.
So good.
They're a great one. We've not had the steak and Stilton before. We've had the chicken and bacon one, which honestly is one of the best chicken and bacon pies I've ever had, isn't it?
Yeah, and what was the veggie one I had as well? That was really nice.
Squash and feta, I think, and spinach, which is also a really nice one.
They are just so yummy. So we're having broccoli, some, is this,
do you know what?
Is that a giant spinach?
Called, no, what it's called is, they're just called spring greens, but they're called, yeah, they're just called spring greens.
They probably just write that and then whatever's in season or whatever they've got plenty of, they do. So you're doing a nice egg wash, a pie each, and I'm going to make the most delicious creamy mashed potato to go with it. But first, I need to find Dickens because he's made a new friend, hasn't he, Dexy? I've had enough of him, Mummy. He's just been so naughty today. You go and find him. The pies are out of the oven and I cannot even begin to tell you how amazing they smell. Another thing that the Thermomix does amazingly well is mashed potato, if you like it mega fluffy and creamy. Pureed. I've put some nutmeg, milk, obviously salt and pepper, and parmesan in there. Spring veg is looking good. Broccoli is always the last to be put on the plate because it gets cold so quickly. So let's get serving. Now, considering neither Charlie nor I have spent very long in the kitchen, this is one heck of a delicious dinner. I am going to need some red currant jelly, but oh my gosh, cannot wait to dig in. Should we give you a little pie reveal? Oh, it's a perfect pastry to pie ratio.
What I like is it's a proper pie, as in a pie all the way around. So that's steak and Stilton, that smells amazing.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. And my flowers are looking fabulous.
That's one of your best ever displays.
Cheers, mate.
Super impressed.
Yay.
These are amazing.
Poppies.
Yeah, I need to grow more of them this year.
Yeah, I have actually got a load of seeds, but you can direct sow them next month, so I'm not going to bother doing indoor attempts.
Strongest mustard.
Whoa, that's enough, darling. Need some red currant jelly as well. Right, let's dig in. Good morning, my darlings. It's now Monday morning. I've done my usual reformer Pilates with Chloe. It was pretty intense, but a very good class. I picked up some really lovely additional flowers from the garden centre because I just want to add more to my lovely display. So I'm going to do that, get them in some water as soon as we get home. I am actually going to go home via the Hook Norton Woods though and pick up a little bit of extra wild garlic. And then, what is the plan for today? Well, I didn't get round yesterday to sorting out that part of my wardrobe, the area where I want to swap the clothes over, so I'm going to do that today. And then I might do a little charity shop crawl around the area and see if I can pick up some old photo frames that I can use for my pressed flowers. That's the plan. But yes, I'm going to head to Hook Norton Woods on my way home. Got my matcha latte. I bought it in an ocean bottle today. I remembered this, so that'll stay warm during my little trek into the woods. So I'll see you when we get to Hook Norton. Sunday, but I didn't get around to it yesterday, so I'm going to be making up my week or so's worth of smoothie jars. This is something that I'm really happy that I've started to do because it just saves me so much time. I have got a lot of ingredients. It's quite overwhelming the amount of stuff that I'm putting in my morning smoothies, but you can just imagine how long it would take me if I was individually getting out all of these things every day. I don't know how I used to remember everything. Totally bonkers. Fruit wise, I've got 3 bananas here between 7 smoothies, including the one that I'm going to make now. So what I do, I know I've mentioned this before, but what I do in the mornings is I just get this out of the freezer 10 minutes or so before I want to make my smoothie so that it kind of melts a tiny bit and it's not so hard to get out. And then I will add half a bottle of kefir. This is the one that I've got from Daylesford. You can get it on Piper's Farm website as well. And these yogurts are from the Hollis Mead yogurts that Charlie gets, that you can also get on Piper's Farm too. So I'm going to do half a banana in each, a handful of berries. I just get these frozen organic berries from Ocado, some fresh blueberries. Randomly, I put in a couple of pieces of frozen cauliflower. I know, super random, but it does make your smoothie more creamy. Apparently, also a little bit of avocado makes it lovely and creamy as well. So I've only got 2 avocados here, again between 7 smoothies, so there's not going to be a huge amount in each, and I've not done it before, but I think that'll be lovely. And then I've got coconut MCT, which again adds to the creaminess. I've got my collagen powder. I have got my Wild Nutrition superfood protein powder. I've got this random blueberry mix. It's like a blueberry powder, so meant to be mega high in antioxidants. I got that in a goodie bag, so I'm just using that up. Tea wise, I'm using cordyceps and tremella. This is really good for your heart. This is really good for your skin, hair and nails. With a lot of these supplement bits, you can use my discount code for the health website, which I'll leave linked down below. You can definitely get tea at least like 10% off. And then I've got hazelnuts, almonds, flaxseed, linseed and cashews. maybe I'll stick in a few other bits as well, nut-wise or seed-wise, and then a good dolloping of peanut butter. So I'll pop you on a little time lapse while I prepare them all. And I'm also again going to be filming a little short as well, because it's such a good hack. We need to share it on TikTok and everywhere else. Okay, let's get started. Is served. It's a few hours later. This is my wild garlic and potato soup with my newest creation. I just whizzed up some wild garlic olive oil. It's very, very simple. I have done a short and a TikTok showing you how to do it, so we'll leave them linked so you can see those, and we might even have a blog post on the recipe for this and this all in one. So if that is already live, then we'll leave that linked down below as well. But I'm just making the most of it. It's only around for 6 weeks of the year. I love the flavour. It's so good for you, which you can really see by this deep colour. I mean, look what it's done to the oil. There is a secret to maintaining the colour, which you'll see in the TikTok. But there we go. I did do my herbed croutons with some thyme on them. Oh, it's going to be absolutely delicious. Had a little rejig of the flower display that I made yesterday. I bought a few more of the beautiful poppies from Daylesford this morning, as well as these, they're called Butterfly Ranunculus. They were expensive at £6 for a stem, but each stem had almost 3 prongs coming up from it, so essentially they were £2 a stem. Some of them are still very tiny or even in bud, so hopefully it'll last a while. Some of the flowers that I did before went a little bit floppy or broke a little bit. I also randomly had 4 poppies, I think because one of the poppies didn't survive, and obviously with flower displays you want to do either 3 or 5 or odd numbers, so I didn't want to have 4 in there. So we've got a spare poppy in here alongside the ones which were looking a little bit unhappy in the main display, but I just absolutely love it. I feel like I'm going to be doing a lot of displays of this style, and it makes me want to have more dinner parties and, you know, lovely things here in the greenhouse, because I think actually the heat in our kitchen means that they don't last quite as well. But really, really happy with how this has turned out. I definitely want to take a gorgeous photo of this to share on the gram. In fact, I'm going to run inside and get the camera, snap that, and then over here under this giant leaf that also has not made the cut in my final flower display, my Amazon Prime order has already arrived. I placed this order yesterday, and alongside I'm going to be using a couple of makeup brushes because I don't have any paint brushes for the glue, and then this is a lid from our salad box that I'm going to use as my glue mixing station. These are the wildflower cards that I ordered, so I'll fold these in half to make greeting cards, so we can do pressed flower greeting cards. So, Blue Peter style, this is going to be my little crafty activity for the next hour or so. I just love doing crafty things like this, and I think as you grow up, maybe you refine the things that you enjoy. Poppy? No. Yeah, you refine the things that you enjoy doing craft-wise, and as much as I enjoy doing certain things, if the end result is not something really beautiful, then I'm far less motivated to do it. But as you may know, in our house, and by the way, thank you so much if you've recently followed our home Instagram, Old House Our Home. I'll pop a preview of it on the screen here because we recently hit 100,000 followers, so thank you. What was I saying? Yes, in the house we've got essentially imagine like this inside a picture frame with this on it, just framed, and it looks absolutely beautiful. But now I can do it myself and save us loads of money. So I think I'll be making some little bits of artwork to put in the cottages here in the house, and I'll definitely be giving them as gifts as well. Probably not my first batch because these are not the best, but I think over time, hopefully I'll get really good at doing pressed flowers. But also with the smaller ones, I'm gonna put together some little collages like so, and make completely compostable, plantable greeting cards. So that's how the card will look. I know it's not like that exciting, but I think it's really beautiful, and I purposely chose seed paper. I'll leave the exact one that I bought down below because I made sure there were no like dyes and everything in the card. Yeah, once you've read it, you can put it in your compost and straight in your garden, and it will actually grow into a beautiful wildflower. I think it's a really, really sweet little crafty idea. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do now. Charlie and I are actually this afternoon heading down to see our lovely friend slash neighbour Jack, who you guys might follow on Instagram. She's Cotswold Country Bird. If you do follow her, then you might know that she's really unwell at the moment, and if you want to know more, she's shared the details on her page. I'm not going to start spilling all of her information, but we're going to pop down and see her. So I thought it would be nice to bring a homemade card, especially because it's got flowers from our garden. And obviously when she was well enough, she was working here in our garden once a week, sometimes even more than that in the summer, especially in the lead up to our wedding. And a lot of the beauty of our garden is thanks to Jack. So I think she'll really appreciate this, hopefully. So it's been 20 years probably since I did craft projects with children's PVA white craft glue, so hopefully I can remember how to do it. But I seem to remember that if you add water to these glues, then it makes almost like a glaze. Is that right? I hope so, because that's what I'm going to do on top of the flowers to hopefully try and preserve them a bit. That's not working. How the bloomin' heck are you meant to open this? Like so. So I'm going to pour some of this onto the lid. There we go. Which side do we think is prettier? I think that side is prettier on this one. Maybe the two purple sides. So then I will very delicately paint the other side of the flower. Let's tilt you down a bit more. My goodness, the smell is so nostalgic. Reminds me of childhood craft projects. Okay, maybe I should lay it flat while I do this bit. Just pop that there, and then I'll just kind of use the excess on my brush to paint it down. I'm hoping this might act like a little bit of a preservative as well, because I'm pretty sure that it dries completely clear if you get it thin enough. If my memory from childhood school projects serves me correctly. And by the way, the Bare Minerals Shade and Diffuse Eye Brush is excellent for this kind of activity. I don't know why, but I never use this brush, so I thought it would be good to, it can be my craft brush. And then the other one. So that is how the front of my card is looking at the moment. I think that's absolutely gorgeous. I really hope that this glue holds strong enough. So I'm going to pop this one the other side of the camera to dry. And let's have a little flick through the flowers and see if there's anything else usable. Oh, yeah, these ones definitely are. So what we can do, I'm saving that one for a photo frame. That's a nice one. Didn't do very many that first time round, did I? But I think maybe, do you know what? That's quite nice by itself, isn't it? Quite simple. Yeah, I'm gonna do this one. Oh, this is so fun. Again, which way round? That way or that way? I kind of prefer the purple, I think. feel very stable. I have to say I'm really happy with how these have turned out. I know the colours aren't that exciting, but these were the January-February flowers, so it's only going to get better from here. And it's not a bad first attempt, in my opinion. If someone presented me with a homemade card with flowers from their garden that they had pressed, I would be absolutely thrilled. And also, just from a price point of view, obviously I did get the actual flower press as a birthday gift, and that would definitely be the biggest outlay, but you can most definitely do it between two heavy books as well. Flowers grew for free in my garden. Maybe I bought a few hellebores once upon a time. The actual cards, this was the biggest expense, arguably, aside from the flower press. $6.99 I think it was for 6, maybe actually more than that, maybe $12.99. But when you consider, say you were to buy this again from Daylesford, this would probably be like an £8 card, or like £6.50 at least. So the fact that I've been able to do this for around £2 to £3 per card, and the fact that you can compost it, or to be honest, this side has obviously got glue on it now, so what I might do is leave a little pencil note on the other side just saying rip the back off and plant this to get the most out of the seeds. Maybe not the best idea. I might, do you know what, if anyone knows of a glue that is similar to the children's PVA glue, but that's not bad for putting in the garden, let me know, because that would be amazing. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 greeting cards. This one actually came out really nicely with the 3 little snowdrops. Quite nice to have the variety between twos, singles, and then this one's obviously got the little bud. And then over here, I've created this little setup because the stalk on this big hellebore single painting that's going to go in a frame, it kept like bouncing up, and while it dries I've just propped my scissors open, leaning them against a string pot, because hopefully the scissors won't get stuck down and it will encourage this to dry flat. So there we go, my first attempt. This will be such a fun craft to do with children. The glue is really easy to use. I've just washed the paintbrushes and it comes out super easily, so I'm sure it would do the same if it got on any little fingers or on clothes or anything like that. So a really nice craft to do with children, and how lovely to give Granny a homemade card. So yes, I think I've found a new thing that I love to do, love to make, and they're genuinely going to be really useful as well. We always have a drawer full of greeting cards that we give to people, but now we don't have to buy greeting cards ever again. As I said, they're only going to get more and more beautiful now because this is the first batch of winter flowers. I have got a Farmer Gracie order here, yay, with my dahlia tubers in it, but I'm actually just going to save that and open it tomorrow because we need to get ready to head over to see Jackie and Martin. Unfortunately, these are just not going to dry in time, so I might save it and give one to her next time I see her as a little Easter card. But there we go. Let me know what you think and if you guys are going to give this a try. And if you do give it a try, please tag me in any Instagram stories if you do give it a go. If you've got any ideas on how I can evolve this, let me know. If I ever, I just had this idea while I was washing my paintbrush, if I ever decided to sell framed versions of this, obviously for charity, would you buy one? Would you need it to be a lot more fabulous than this? I'm going to show you one of the ones that we've got in our bathroom in the house, and it's actually even more simple than this. And we've got some really beautiful local framers, so yeah. Let's see, shall we? Maybe this can be a nice little charity project that we can do. And maybe Daylesford might sell them for me. They definitely won't, because they sell jam jar versions, which are very expensive. But yeah, new little hobby. Love it, love it, love it. Let me know your thoughts. Or do you think it just looks rubbish? Do you think it looks like a 4-year-old did it? Let me know. I really like them, but I think you're always a bit biased towards your own work, aren't you? There we go. Let me know your thoughts.